Hey everyone, JJ here, and I'm so excited to show you more about our vibe coding block that we just launched. The thing is so awesome. If you have an idea, you can build it with our vibe coding block. It is that good. So in this video, I'm just going to show you quickly how to use it, how to connect it to a data source, how to prompt with it, and the results are awesome. So let's dive in. Here I am on a blank canvas, and I want to create an interaction for a community form. All right. Now, Softr doesn't really have a good block for this. So the AI block would be a great use case to create a new block for our use case. First things first is I want to go in and add a new block. The vibe coding block is listed under dynamic AI vibe coding block. Right away, you can see, hey, what do I want to build? We got so much to build, but first, our community form block. I want to connect this to a data source, and the data source that I want to connect this to is our community form. This is the template data that we have, and we're just going to bring it in so we can start to visualize the data quickly. So going into source, and I'm going to go community form. I'm going to bring in the community posts, and now it's going to allow me to use this in the creation of the vibe coding block. Now I can add conditional filters. So for example, if I wanted to filter the post by, in this example, I could say like the community poster's email. Then I could use that poster's email along with the logged in user's email to only show the posts related to logged in user. Now, I don't want to do that, but I'm just saying you can do that with the vibe coding block. All right. So I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to go over here to chat. And I'm going to say, I want you to build a community form block similar to that of Discourse that allows you to see a lot of different community posts, to upvote certain community posts, and the posts with the highest votes go to the top. And then to click into the community post and to be able to respond to that community post along with upvoting and picking a solution for this. And I think it's as simple as that. So now we're going to see that we can start this build. Right away, you can see that we have this data source attached. So it's going to pull in our data source and do its best to create this vibe coding block for us. Now, while this is creating, I'm going to talk about a couple different things here. So we already have source here. And this is, again, where we can connect our data source. After that, we have content. Now, in the content tab, we can see history of different versions of this block. So, for example, this is our first prompt. So this is version 1. Let's say we did another prompt for version 2, and that didn't come out that well. Well, we can roll back to version 1 to start again. Or we can even remix version 1 to say, hey, duplicate this, just in case I want to create another version of this and test 2 different versions to see which one comes out better. You could do that as well. And then of course we have our visibility tab, and the visibility tab is just like all the other Softr blocks visibilities. You can figure out who is able to see this block or not using user permissions. All right. So we have the block just created now. It is utilizing the data that our data source fed it. Go over here quickly to content just to show you the version that was generated. Here you can see the code, you can copy it. In future states, you'll be able to edit it as well. And then again, our visibility here, we could see or toggle who sees the block and get more specific on what devices it's visible on and all that kind of good stuff. But right now, I just want to preview this thing and see how it goes. So the first thing is I'm going to go over here to visibility, and I'm going to say everyone can view this block. All right. Now I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go preview, and it's going to open up a state sandbox environment where me as a developer can see this. And I can go over here. I can see all this different data. I see if I have an upvote functionality there, and then I can even click into it and I can see, all right, here it is there a way to post it, etc. And then I could, I don't know where this is actually going to bring me. Oh, look at that. It's going to bring me to the actual post, which is really cool. And then here I can choose to hit reply. Now, I will say that this right now is not fully functional in the sense that whenever we hit reply, it doesn't have the action buttons configured yet. Now, we can work to do that with the vibe coding block, but it's a little bit more technical. In this state of the vibe coding block, we would need to go back to the vibe coding block and tell it, whenever you hit this button to send this payload to a certain webhook that we set up, so we can go into Softr workflows, set up a webhook to receive that payload. And then once that payload is received, then we could say, hey, modify this, create this reply, etc. So a little bit more work there, but we are working on making that a no-code thing as well. So you can detect the buttons in the vibe coding block and then adjust those similar to the other action buttons as well. So that's coming soon. But until then, you just need to work with webhooks a little bit there. Otherwise, this is fully functional. We have our first block up and running. it's been a 4-minute video and we're just about there. So really cool stuff that we have now available to us with the vibe coding block. If you think about it, you can build it. You could build calculators, mini apps, tons of different things with this. So I'm super excited for this to come into the Softr family of blocks that you can build and work with. And I hope you are too. If you have any questions, leave them below. Otherwise, happy building.